What's happening, people? United Central here, back with another video. This is the match preview. As you can see, Friday night. We always have our match preview, Adam. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, how you doing, mate? How's everyone? How's life doing? How's life treating you? We are now in lockdown, mate. We are officially in lockdown, mate. You know what I mean?
Tier 3 us, mate. We are Tier 3 crew now, mate, aren't we?
Tier
this
3
is
crew,
it.
Man.
Tier 3, mate. Other than that, mate, I am mowed out. With all the work on the channel, all my business and everything going on, mate, I've never been as busy in my life. Just got so much going on right now, and you know what? Football as well. That's it, mate. And looking forward to this weekend now, mate. Really am.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? We're not going to let Boris just, you know what I mean?
Nah.
Put our mood down,
If he takes football away, then there's going to be riots, mate, because it's the only thing keeping a lot of people going right now. Big on the old, the mental health, mate, because you start hitting people up again, mate, and putting them inside and keeping them from going anywhere or mixing with people, it's just going to affect. So that's it. That's what we're here for, mate. That's what I mean. My channel, your channel, bringing in as many people as possible. Live chats, it's what it's all about at the moment, just trying to get by, mate. But thank God we've got the football as well.
That's it, mate. That's all that matters. We've got Mr. Dan United here in a minute.
Dan the man.
United. That's it, man. Mr. Dan United, you know, a member of the channel. You know, big up to everybody who's a member of the channel. If you want to become a member of the channel, please join the button, guys. Help support the channel. Help the channel grow. You know, we're going to bring bigger content, bigger stuff to do. And also, guys, if you are watching this video, guys, please smash a like on the video. We're going to delve into the Chelsea preview. We're also going to have a Chelsea guest who will coming on later on. You'll be surprised who to see it with, but you know, we're going to have a Chelsea guest coming on. But Adam, you know, after the heroics of PSG, you know what I mean, Paris Saint-Germain, you know what I mean, Paris United, you know what I mean, you call it, you know what I mean, theatre of Paris, I call it, mate. You know what I mean?
One night in Paris, mate.
2 nights in Paris, mate. You know what I
mean? Yeah, man. Mate, we love that place, don't we? Oh my God, it's like memories are made for Paris. I mean, but you know what? Me and you were on with rants before the game. I got a bit of criticism saying it was being negative. It wasn't being negative, but we all expected that formation to come out, didn't we? But I think I wasn't expecting Fred to step up to the standard that he did, because he got my man of the match. The guy was just on another level. Absolutely superb. But you know what? We're going into this Chelsea game now on the back of a full team performance, mate. No individual brilliance. Everyone played well. Martial was off a little bit, but you know what? He'll come back to form in time. It's a shame he can't really get another game under his belt this weekend. That he's suspended. But you know what? Everyone else, mate. And you know what? There's a big shout. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? And this is the problems that I wanted to see how OLE handled, because we've had the nightmare start, and now it looked like we turned it around. Something serious must have been said behind the scenes for us to start playing the way we have done after that Spurs game. So credit for that. But now he's got the problem. He's got a lot of players to pick from, mate. An awful lot of players. Does Maguire come back in just because he's captain? Cavani's going to be fighting for a place now. The Bruno Van der Beek conundrum carries on because McTominay and Fred did it again to PSG. I know what? Axel, Teller's debut. De Gea like the De Gea of old, mate. And Rashford and Bruno doing the business again. You know what I mean? We got so many positives going forward, but Ollie's got some big decisions, mate, now. It's not going to be easy for him. But these are the problems that we wanted to see him handle and see how he handled them, because we've just got a team now that's playing. And I tweeted it out earlier, the fact that we've got a selection conundrum and a selection headache. It just means that all the players are playing well, mate. That's what that means. So that's what we need. That is what we need. You're dead right.
You know what
I mean?
Yes,
Vibes. Boogie Vibes. I'm liking that name.
Boogie Vibes, mate. Brilliant name. You know what I mean?
Sweet, man. A lot of YouTube names.
You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody who's joining us, guys. Please smash a like on the video. Obviously, the big talking point for me now at the minute is 5 at the back. I had a debate on Rant's back channel. I don't believe the 5 at the back is sustainable. But let's talk about formation. What do you think? What do you think is going to go on his mind? What do you think you reckon his game plan will be? 5 at the back, 4 at the back. What do you think best for Man United? Because I always see it's always changing around. That's why I call United Good Vibes FC, because one time it'll be 4 at the back vibes, and it's, you know, brilliant. 4-3-2-1 or 4-2-3-1. Then it's a 1 minute 4-3-3. We'll get the best out of Pogba. then it's now 5 at the back because of the emergence of Tuanzebe. And we'll touch on Tuanzebe, but do you think 5 at the back is Ollie's best formation?
You know what, mate? It's been his best performance in that formation as a United manager. Because you know what, me and you could see it, mate. You could see the plan. You could see what the game plan was. For the first time in a long, long time, it wasn't no freakish bit of superb play from one individual. It was a full team performance, and we could see the job and the role of every single player. It's going to be difficult to move away from a really good performance like that, but you have to be strong and adapt that formation. You know what? You could play that formation, but then switch it when out of possession, switch it in possession. It's all about, you know what? It's like team sheet comes out, the formation and the look on it, you know what? Everyone puts it up, Sky put it up, you know, pre-match talk, everything like that. It doesn't have to stay like that. You know what I mean? It's called in-game management, mate. We talk about it so many times. It can change. I thought that wasn't 5 at the back, mate. I thought that was 5 in midfield. That's how high that wing box played. We had 3 centre backs, but you know what? I thought we were more of a midfield 5 than we were a back 5, mate. I'll be honest, because Telles was. I can't remember seeing him much in our half, mate. He was on the halfway line and forward pretty much the whole game. So for me, it's adaptable. Lampard sussed this out in the semi-final, mate, didn't he, though? That's the worry. I mean, Ollie tried to be clever with his team, and he mixed it up a bit, so you could maybe bring an element of that into it, and a few players had a nightmare on the day, but you know what? It can't always be that formation, mate. It has to change as well. It can't be too rigid. I still like the idea of a 4-3-3. I do. Against Chelsea, though.
The best balance, though, 4-3-3. Pace and power, mate. You know what I mean? Like, I think with a 5 at the back, you could get pent back a little bit, and team's gonna, you know what I mean?'s gonna be like, you know what? They're a bit defensive here. Let's go and hunt them down in packs.
This is it. I think both of these teams are. Well, I think it's going to suit both if the other attacks them, mate. I really do. I think Chelsea will want us to attack them. We definitely want Chelsea to attack us, because there ain't no chance that they're going to be able to cope with what we throw back at them. But you could say that likewise with Chelsea, with us, because you know what, their wing backs, James, Chilwell, who is going to push onto who? Because if we push them back, then that takes their game away from me. If we take Jorginho, push their full-backs back, their wing-backs back, and defend high, then I think we will control the game, because Jorginho is the mastermind behind everything. If you nullify him, then the link out from the back isn't as good, because their centre-backs are crap, mate, and they're like ours. They're not the best passers, not confident, and it's very, very similar, because this is what teams did to us when we had Pogba there. If you nullify him and take him and pressure him, then you can get at them. But it's what he does, innit? Yeah. I think it's going to be one on them wing backs, mate. Whoever pushes on forward more nullifies the other. I think it's going to be very, very similar starting lineups in terms of formation.
I think you know what I mean. People are saying that Maguire, you know, needs to be dropped, and Maguire, we're playing 5 at the back because of Maguire.
He will play, I think, mate. He will play, I think.
Big game player, mate. You know what I mean? I just don't see Man United captain being dropped for this game. I think it'll be.
I think for that reason.
Yeah, I think for that reason, and you know what? You buy a player of 80 million, you play him. Like, you know what I mean? You're not going to drop an 80 million player. You just
what about Pogba?
He's been there 4 or 5 years, mate. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
We'll talk about Pogba and the midfield blend, but
to back you up there, that Pogba wasn't Ollie's signing. Ollie did buy Maguire, so yeah, your case in point there probably is on that term. Yeah, I would have thought.
Yeah, but then the emergence of Tuanzebe, mate. You know what I mean? Just how good this guy is, mate. You know what I mean? Can he stay fit though, Adam? This is the problem. People talk about Maguire out, Lindelof in, you know what I mean? Bailly in. These guys can't stay fit, mate. And Tuanzebe just needs to have a run of games, mate. Let's have a run of games. You know what I mean?
It's one of them, innit, mate? It's one of them. It really is.
He's got everything, mate. Pace, power. You know what I mean? Agility. You know what I mean? Can play in the high line position. He's got everything, mate. But can he stay fit? That is the biggest question, mate. And if you look towards him and Werner, mate, that'll be an absolute tough battle, mate. That'll be the battle to look out for, surely.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick. It's hard to just say it, but you know what Ollie's going to do. You know he's going to bring Maguire back in. Axel cannot be dropped. I think I was speaking with Flawless last night, and I know what he's saying. You want to ease him back in, but I know for certain, and I said this last night, when Liverpool get Virgil van Dijk back, they ain't easing him back in. He's going straight back in the team. You know what I mean? He's going straight back in that team. I think on a performance like that, and let's not beat around the bush here, or people were coming at me after the game saying, Axel, one game back and you this and that. I said, no. I was watching Axel last season. His standard does not change. Does not matter who he plays against. He's always the same standard. We knew what this guy had. He's a quality defender. And for me, Lindelof had his best game in the United shirt for a while, but Axel pips him every time. We know Maguire's going to come back in because he is the captain. So, I mean, does it suit Lindelof simply because there's 3 centre-backs? How is Axel going to play in a 2? You know what I mean? Do we... Oh, it's hard to say. Do we play all 3 of them? I don't know. And drop Shaw. Play Telles. But I think Shaw plays better. And I think Telles... Oh, it's difficult, mate.
You throw Telles in there, that first game, Premier League game. You know what I mean? I know the Portuguese league's a different league. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean? I always say you got East players in. Do you straight away put Telles in there with the face?
Thing is, mate, you look at it and you go, why was Telles so good? Because he didn't have too much responsibility. He had a bit of covering to do for the defence, and he had sort of a free rein going forward. Now we've got a player who can play that role. Is that the formation to try and push more? Because we have got a bit of security. He can come back and help out and tackle, but the cover is already there at the back. And you've got an outlet and a player who can get forward. And you know what, mate? Cross a ball. I can't remember the last time we had a player who crossed the ball, mate. But you've got him, and then you've got Wan-Bissaka all of a sudden. Yeah, Ashley Young was all right. But you know what I mean? But you've got Wan-Bissaka on one side who's turned the corner again, thankfully. He's come back to the old Spider-Man. Telles on one side. So you've got a bit of attacking prowess there. You've got quality defending there. And you've got 3 centre-backs there already. Does that give us the opportunity to play a bit more expansive? I mean, it all depends on when the low blockers come. Don't get me wrong, PSG are never going to low block you. Chelsea, I don't think, can. It's the games afterwards, after these, where we've got teams that are going to sit in against us. That formation, will it work then? Because I said it all along, mate. The only team that scores against United is United. Every time it's a mistake. We get carved open because we've dropped a clanger. We cut out mistakes, mate, and we cut out half the chances the opposition make. So is he sort of covering the frailties of this team? But no coincidence that De Gea's playing well. Wan-Bissaka's playing well. Maguire had a good game against Newcastle. Telles comes in, plays well. You know what? Shaw had a decent game. Axel, there's a lot of players all of a sudden playing well at the same time, which never happens in this team. And you know what? Looking at that team that finished the season now, you go in, every single one of them players now has got someone fighting for their position. And you can name all of them, mate. You can name every single player who started in the final, the last game against Chelsea, and say, you have not got a guaranteed spot in this team. Yeah. Simple as that.
All he has to bring that kind of mentality, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
That's it.
Let's move on to the midfield, you know what I mean? Everyone talk about midfield. Donny van der Beek cannot get a game, mate. He's still playing, you know what I mean? I don't know if he's playing on his Rubik's Cube on the bench, mate. I don't know, mate. You know what I mean? It's crazy, mate. It's crazy. Fred and McTominay have come out of nowhere, mate. Fred and McTominay looked like they were out of the team. Absolutely didn't trust Ole. You know what I mean? Ole couldn't trust them. Now they're back in the team. Now everyone's saying they are 2 starters now ahead of Bruno. What's gone on? What has he seen in them 2 that you're thinking? Them 2 are now becoming the 2. Is one just one you got more McTominay aggressive, then you got Fred that can carry the ball. Do they complement each other? I'm not too sure. I think it's a case of a time bomb. I really do. I think McTominay lacks the qualities of being a consistent starter. And Fred, as much as I love him, I always think that some games, you know what I mean, he kind of gives the ball away too much, and then it kind of goes on, you know what I mean, it kind of affects his game a bit. I'm not too sure. What do you think about that? You know what I mean? How's your overall feeling about midfield?
Yeah, quickly, just to answer Black Panther's question there in the comments. No, I don't agree with Ricky on Dan James one bit. That was just a joke comment. That's a joke comment.
We love Ricky, but you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
He just says it for laughs. Leeds beating Villa. I mean, Donny van der Beek, mate, I need him in that team. He's a player that you can build a team around. This is how good this guy is, but I think there's a shout for him to come in for that Martial role, mate, this weekend. I do,
You reckon?
in that
Long
forward line,
striker?
yeah. It's not so much a striker, mate. You could play Rashford up front and then play Van der Beek and Bruno behind him. You know what I mean?
Wow.
They could easily work that way. There's options there for Van der Beek. I think this is his chance. This is what I was saying a minute ago. Martial's position in this team isn't guaranteed anymore. It really isn't. He's got Cavani, Van der Beek, all these players coming at him because this formation all of a sudden has changed. And Rashford's had a good game against PSG and against Newcastle as the forward man. You know what I mean? He's got assists, he's got goals. Bruno is never going to get dropped by OLE. You can see it. I mean, I'm all for that, but I will say that Bruno can be dropped for Van der Beek or Pogba.
Yeah.
Adam, would you drop Fernandes to play Donny? No, I wouldn't at the moment because Fernandes is playing too well. He's playing too well. And
Yeah, I think it's our best.
you can't drop a player. You can't drop a player who is in that much form, influential form.
Do you think Ollie would do that? I'm not too sure. As a false striker, is that Ollie's style to do that? I'm not too sure you can do that. We're talking about Spain in the 2014 World Cup when they had Fabregas up top. You know what I mean?
We're talking. Remember when Pep did it with De Bruyne in the first derby?
Yeah. Has he gone there?
When he played De Bruyne was ninth. Absolutely battered us. So it's a position, but is he adapting his managerial and tactical skills enough to shouting for Cavani to come in this weekend as well, mate? There's another one. Donny Van der Beek, I think, plays in a 4-3-3. I do. I'd play Fred with Donny Van der Beek and Pogba either side of him, with Bruno sat behind Martial and Rashford, ideally. That's in my most attacking team. Or you could switch that. I mean, Bruno can switch between Van der Beek and Pogba in that, and you can interchange that. Fred, does he need, like people are saying, McTominay next to him all the time because he always plays well next to McTominay? It's weird, mate.
Wow. Yeah, but you know what? Yeah. By the way, nearly 500 people watching the channel, guys. Please smash a like on the video. You know what I mean? I appreciate it a lot, man. You know what I mean? You guys watching us, so please smash a like on the video. Independent channel. We'll try to grow. But guys, So for me, what do you think? What's the reason with Pogba? Do you think he's been dropped on purpose, or is it a case of Pogba now needs to prove himself again? Because I'm just baffled as why is it kind of a thing where you bring on your best players to win the game? Like, I think that's a bit of a risky move, though, don't you think? Like, you know, imagine you're 2-0 down. No, you're not always going to be coming back. You know what I mean? You're going to play Newcastle every week, are you? They're playing Chelsea, no disrespect. They can shut up shop, bring on, you know what I mean? If they're not playing Kante, they can bring on Kante. You know what I mean? Jorginho, Jovicic. You know what I mean? They can shut up shop. You know?
I mean, I think Ollie sort of reacts to certain games. I think he reacted to the Spurs game big time. He really did. But if it goes wrong for, say, he plays Fred and McTominay again straight out against Chelsea and it doesn't go quite as well, I can see Pogba just coming straight back into the team again. It just looks that obvious. He needs to figure out the defence which suits the midfield, because the midfield is oozing class, but there's certain formations and player setups in terms of who plays with who in that midfield that does not allow us and the protection for that defence that it probably needs. With Axel there now, a bit more combative speed, like you said, power and pace, it may free up a little bit of a formation option for us, but still,
you know what?
You're looking at most of the big teams, mate, and how they do it, and you just got to look at them and go, right, okay, how are Liverpool doing that, what they do? You know what I mean? City tried to be too defensive and got found out. There is a very fine line in how you set up for a game, especially against a team that is in very, very similar situation to you. Chelsea are new manager, a lot of new players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? On the cusp of the top two, it's one of them really close games to call. You could easily see United battering Chelsea, and likewise, you wouldn't be surprised with any result in this game, mate. Win, lose or draw. None of us would be surprised.
No.
I just feel like that midfield is a problem for Ollie because he could end up alienating players, like you said, mate. That's the issue. Can he handle it?
That's the issue, mate. And you know why why we're talking about the midfield is I looked at that Tottenham game. They had pace and power, and I know Kante, Jorginho, Kovacic, they're not the most powerfulest, you know what I mean, midfield three. But I'm just looking at it and thinking, if we get out running that midfield like we did against Tottenham, mate, that's where we lost the game. Matic is not press resistant. Pogba isn't press resistant. We got squeezed in there, I'm just hoping Ollie finds a way, because we need to get the ball and move it quickly to the wide fullbacks. That is the game plan for me. Get the ball quickly to the wide fullbacks, build the pressure from there. Because if we start playing out from the back like we did against Tottenham, I think it could be game over again. I really do. I think it could be game over, mate, because they have lethal attacks, mate. They've got Werner and Havertz who will press at every moment. If they got Ziyech in there, Mason Mount, energy in there, they can press us, mate. And I'm worried about the midfield. If it's not being the right midfield, again, the Tottenham game could happen again, mate. It really could.
Oh, easily, mate. We've got that in us. That's the ultimate fear. So we're all celebrating 2 very, very good wins, and we're hoping we can carry it on. But we're not deluded to thinking that it could easily go back to the Jelly Baby United that we had seen at the start of this season. It can easily happen against a team like Chelsea, and their forward line could easily tear us apart. But you've got to look at it and go, we cannot, and we didn't do it as much against PSG. We sort of played out wide with the wing backs from the back, played it a little bit safer, and I like that because you're playing it out to Wan-Bissaka, to Shaw, to whoever's at the right centre back position, Axel, whoever it is, and then that sort of just it splits the forward line, gives you a few more options, but then gives the room for the midfielders who are in the holding role that little bit more, which I didn't see us getting, which we did get because we played it out cleverly from the back with PSG. And when we were talking before the game, we were saying I can't see the link from midfield, and if they get overrun, they can't play a pass out. They had more space because we played it out and we split their forwards a lot more with our formation. It's like when we had the ball at the back, the defence just dropped in. And then whenever we had the chance just to push it forward when they had the ball, our sort of wing backs just hung back when they were in possession, just on the halfway line. But we had the pace in Telles and Wan-Bissaka to get back. We had the cover of Axel at centre back, Shaw as well, a bit more agile than the likes of Lindelof and Maguire. So that's where I think it was different for how I was seeing it. I think that's how we need to go. If we play out cleverly from the back, out wide from the back, and not through the middle to Pogba, I think the only reason we would play out through the middle stupidly at the back is when we had a Pogba and a Matic there, because they demand the ball.
Yes.
But they don't play that position. Matic, like you said...
What's happened to Matic, by the way? What's happened to him?
People are sussing it out, mate. People are sussing it out, mate. I know, mate. My namesake's taking a pounding at the moment. It really is.
I mean, but, the Wolverine one.
Oh,
God. Wolverine one now, mate. You know what I mean?
I know, mate. The guys just made me a shirt as well. Matic on it. It's crazy. No.
I don't think anyone will be buying it now. You know what I mean?
That's it, mate. I know, but no. I honestly, I think you could look at it and say that he may have been one of the issues. Ollie's seen one of the problems, because as good as he has been towards the back end of last season, it's not difficult to figure out a player. You know what I mean? Every player gets sussed out eventually. It's the quality ones who adapt to it and take on this time out. Like Pogba, as I made an example of Pogba, he's been subbed on twice now in the last 2 games, but he's come on and done his thing. Yeah. He's not mopes, he's not sulked, he's not kicked up a stink. He's just got on that pitch and done it, and he's been effective in both games. Can Matic come back and do the same in his? That's the difference, because we're winning games without him now, and we're winning them well. Yeah. So he has to look at it and go...
Ollie has a habit of just going back to old ways, and he doesn't really... It's almost as if Ollie does... He goes... I don't want the word freestyling, but he's always just like, you know what? Let's bring Matic for it. I feel good today. Let's bring Matic back, and let's bring it to the old times, 4-2-3-1. Let's go with that one for this game. Because we played against 5 at the back against Chelsea, but that went horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. And I know we had Maguire at the back and Bradley Williams, but still, that 5 at the back got horribly wrong, mate.
Yeah, we had. I think the team selection was poor in that game as well, mate. I really do. I think we were shot fitness-wise. The team selection was all over the place. Bruno was the favourite forward at times. I don't even know where he was playing Rashford. Black Panther, I would beat Matic in a race. Yep, 100%. I'd leave him for dead, mate. Simple as. I'd be blowing out my ass afterwards, but yeah, I would leave him for dead. No, but this is the problem, like you said, with Ollie going back. I think he will go back if we get beat. I think right now we're trying to build away from the likes of Matic, build away from having to rely on players like him all the time. I know we didn't buy a CDM in the summer. We should have got one. I didn't expect Fred to play as well as he did against PSG. He was good for times last season. A lot of people pointed that out to me. Yes, he was, but he was on another level against PSG. Can he keep that up? Can he keep that composure up going forward? That's the big question. It's consistency all the way, isn't it? And I don't know. I'm waiting to be surprised, mate. I really am. But Fred could be the key. I didn't see it coming.
Apparently, I've heard something downstairs, man. Apparently, someone said, "What a goal downstairs." So, is it a good goal, guys? Let us know, man. Apparently, what a goal leads. But yeah, let's move on to the attacking options. Martial is out. Everyone's saying Cavani. Is he going to start? Is he going to start? If you got no strikers and you've got a player called Igalo who wasn't really getting much game time, but you've got Cavani. What would you do with Cavani? Like, would you throw him in there? There's something about me that just says, you know what, just go for it, because have you got nothing to lose?
Mate, I look at their centre-back, Christensen, Zuma. I think Cavani eats them alive, doesn't he?
It does.
And you know what? We could pick up pieces off Cavani as a target man easily in this game. There is a definite way forward. It's, I just look at him and I go, he's raring to go, isn't he? His experience... I don't know what sort of Cavani we're going to get yet. It's all hype at the moment, isn't it? He's not played for a while. We're going to need someone sharp against Chelsea. I would probably play him as a sort of sub, bring him on, ease him in. But for me, I would be playing Van der Beek in the front, mate. Off the front, that's what I would play.
You reckon?
I really would. I just think I'd love to see him working. And you know what people have said? Mata could easily start this game, because he had a great game against Newcastle. He could easily come into this front line. We're all asking and wondering when we're going to get Van der Beek in the team now, aren't we, mate? You know what? At the moment, I don't see him squeezing in the midfield. I think he has to go in a little bit more advanced. Well, he's got a chance. Maybe try and make something happen. It's really weird to say, and it's a good problem to have. But forward line wise, I think you've got Greenwood after all he came out and backed him today. He could easily be raring to go. I think we were expecting to have Cavani, Greenwood, and Maguire all fit and ready to go.
I'm a bit sad with the Greenwood story. By the way, Melissa Hayward says hi. That's actually my colleague, Melissa. She actually works with me. So I don't know how big Colin knows her, but you know what I mean. Big Colin, you know what I mean. Shout out to Big Colin. But yeah, Mason Greenwood. Let's talk about Mason Greenwood, mate. I'm a bit worried about him, man. There's a guy called Ravel Morrison. I don't know if you know Ravel Morrison, mate.
Oh, mate, I heard about this. I know. I've listened to a lot of Ravel Morrison's interviews, mate. I used to watch him when he was breaking through. He was better than Pogba, mate, in that team. He was better than Pogba.
For those who don't know him, in terms of the team, like he lives near me, you know, in Fallowfield, Ravel Morrison. And you know what, man? We used to have like, you know, a couple of chats and whatnot, and he used to always say, you know what I mean, I'm going to push. You know what I mean? Yeah, hi, Melissa. You know what I mean? But it's like, Mason Greenwood now, there's been, Ollie's backed him up. You know what? That's one thing I like about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He backs up your plays, and I'll never take away that from him. But I've heard a few stories. I don't know what you've heard, mate, but I've heard that he's been on the piss the game before the game. Him and Brandon Williams have been on the piss in the local bar. What do you think here? Someone saying Ravel Morrison 2.0, mate. It's a concern, mate. It really is a concern, because he's given the money. He's got the limelight now. He thinks he made it. What do you do with it then? What do you do?
You know what? I'm going to back Ollie on this one. He's come out and quashed it all today. He said his attitude. Hugh Jackman's back in the house again, Andrew, mate. Yeah, it's not even that bad, is it? It's, you know what I mean? Anyway, it's been worse. Put it that way, Andrew.
Chill out, mate. Chill out, pal. You know what I mean?
It's been worse, mate. It's been worse, mate. Believe me. You should have seen me in lockdown, mate. Whoa, that was a Sasquatch going on there. Well, no, I mean, back to Greenwood. I'm backing Ollie on this one, mate. I think he's the right man to deal with Greenwood. I really do. I think if there was a scenario set up perfect for Ollie, like you said, Denny always does do that. If there's a scenario set up perfectly for Ollie, and he came out fighting today in that press conference, I thought. So, you know what? Like you said, big up Ollie on that one. He does get behind his men. And you know what? Greenwood, if he has done anything, I don't want to know about it. Deal with it in club, in-house, yeah? All I want to see is his performances on the pitch. If he starts to underperform on the pitch, then I'd be worried, mate. But right now, I'm not that worried. I'm really not. He's young, he's going to make mistakes, but if you educate these youngsters early doors, then you know what, in the future, it will work for him. What's that?
I don't have a bit.
What?
Mate. You know what I mean?
Like I say, have a bit. That seriously, man. That's the smoothest face you're ever going to see. That, isn't it?
Donate me some, mate. You know, you're talking about anime, mate. You can donate me some. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mate. I could easily Bigfoot and the Hendersons and tell you, but I don't control my facial hair.
Is it Mrs. Miley, by the way? You miss it? Is it Miley?
No, she wanted it. She was mad for it, mate. And she wanted me to do it. And it's just stuck. I actually go and get a finger blade shave now as well. I get that all done as well. Yeah.
I got a little cheeky Panasonic one. You know them ones where just they give you move it over. You know what I mean?
Quick fire one, Crocodile Dundee style.
But go on, mate. Mason Greenwood.
He has got the capabilities to be a superstar, mate, in this football team. I think he's with the right man right now. Ole is perfect for him. I think Carrick being there as well, he will know. He's seen Rooney coming through the ranks. He's seen Rooney's mistakes. And you know what? All these English superstars, mate, we all have the same issue, don't they? You know what I mean? We can't ever get that Englishman to that Ballon d'Or status. They've got all the qualities, but it's like they've got to get through some form of chaos stage in their life. Look at Gascoigne, Rooney, you know what I mean, Georgie Best. I know not English, but British. You know what I mean? We never seem to get up there with the rest of Europe in terms of our own superstars. People were saying to me last night, Dele Alli could have been another one. There just seems to be this mental block, and it always seems to hit them at some stage. I feel like he's in the right place right now at United, and I just feel like Ollie will definitely sort him out if he is an issue. I don't think he is, honestly, mate. I really don't. After listening to Ollie, and he does look a little bit more grounded, Greenwood. He had his misdemeanour with Foden on international duty, but you know what I mean? You've got Cavani. Is that another goal, mate?
Yeah, man. I was hearing something from downstairs.
I heard it too.
I just had another goal there, mate. You know what I mean? He's a City fan, by the way. I don't know why he's supporting Leeds, man. Bamford hat trick, mate.
What? This guy.
Bamford hat trick.
He was useless in the Championship, the Leeds fans were saying.
Bro. You know what I mean? Man, like Bamford, you know.
Who's got him in the dream team?
No, that's it, mate. You have more goals than Martial at the minute. You know what I mean? But do you reckon the English media, obviously, they pounced on it now. No surprise, the English media pouncing on that story. Like, are you worried about him in terms of his mental health, in terms of will he have, like, I've seen a lot of top talents, mate, you know what I mean, come through the academy. I just never made it, mate. I know Mason Greenwood is not part of that because you can see his talent, but are you worried that in the one situation there will be a moment where you think, wow, Mason Greenwood could be, because Cavani's come through now, Igalo's there, you know what I mean, Pelestri's there, you know what I mean, Martial's there. Like, I'm not saying goodbye to Mason Greenwood and his career at Man United, but I'm not saying it's under threat, but there's some signs of saying, you know what, Ollie? Ollie's probably saying to listen, if you don't put your pants up, Palestri will be the next boy wonder.
You know what, mate? This is what part of the education coming in at United. You cannot be expected just because you had a good end to the season to be straight in the team. You're gonna have to fight for it, fight for your position. It's like a lot of players are going to have to now. I said it before. There's not one position for any one player in this team. And we can move that to the goalkeeper as well now in De Gea. And you know what? He's upped his game all of a sudden. We all wanted to know the reaction we get from him with Henderson banging on the door, on the manager's door, saying he wants to play. You know what? De Gea stepped up. He has. The defence now is going to have to look at it. Maguire's going to have to look at it and go, we just played our best defensive performance of the season. I wasn't part of it. I'm going to have to up my game. Mason Greenwood, like I said, he's watching... But Rashford's the perfect example for Greenwood. Exactly the same. You know what I mean? And look what he's doing off the pitch. Look at the way he's conducting himself, how many goals he's got. And this is why he gets picked for England constantly all the time. This is why Ollie won't drop him, even when he's playing bad, which isn't anything I'm condoning. Anything I would say is right. I think players should be dropped if they're not playing well. But you know what? Greenwood's got to step up to the plate now and say, right, okay, I've got competition. You said it then, Pelestri's been brought in. You've even got Traore coming in January, mate. We don't even know how this kid's going to start.
That's it, mate. You know what I mean? No, I think look
at Chong. Chong over in Germany pulling up trees, mate. So you know what? He has to look around him. There's a lot of other young players he can look at and go, am I really the one who's standing out here for the right reasons? Do you know what I mean? Because you've got players there who'll just work and work and work. Ollie said it. Ollie come out and said it. You know what? His attitude and training is bang on. So you know what? I'm going to back Ollie on this one. But Greenwood just has to do it on the pitch, and everything else will take care of itself. He's at the right place. There've been plenty of world-class players, superstars come out of this football club. And you know what? There's a mentality there, hopefully, that is still there, that nurtures these younger lads through. Because
we've got Stefanovic as well. Stefanovic, remember that one that we bought?
He's been loaned. He got loaned back, didn't he, for the season? Wasn't it though?
Yeah, but that's another player that's coming there. That we've got a lot of young talent coming in now. Mason really needs to step up, mate. But another young talent who's matured into a top talent, Marcus Rashford. And you know what, man? Before we talk about him, mate, I think today should be called Marcus Rashford Day, mate. You know what I mean? All of them on Twitter, man, is there. He's trying to raise money for the you know, school meals and whatnot. So you know what? Big up to him, man. Before anyone says anything about him, and I would never ever put the two together about concentrating on football, because at the end of the day, it's something that, you know, we should all talking about. And you know what he's doing off the pitch, mate, it's unbelievable, mate. And what he's doing on the pitch is unbelievable. He's doing both things right, mate. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to do that, mate.
Oh, it is, mate. It is. I mean, look at Maguire. He's struggling off the pitch and struggling on it. You know what I mean? Certain things off the pitch can derail you and take you away. And you know what? For a while last season, we thought we'd lost a bit of Rashford with everything that was going on, but he just seemed to have just settled himself down. And I said it. He had a moment in that game against PSG where he was making wrong decisions. You know what? He wasn't playing the right pass, taking it on, but he settled himself down, looked after the ball a bit better, passed the simple ball, built himself way back in, had the shot before the goal, which the keeper saved well. Then he did it again, took his chance. There's a maturity growing in that lad, and I've always backed him. Everyone knows it. I've had many arguments with Ricky trying to, trying to educate him, but you can't get it into Ricky about Rashford and certain players.
I
don't understand him.
I'm more frustrated about him. You know when I said to him, like, you know, them words I said about outside Newcastle, and I apologise. But that was me just frustrated. After that game, mate, I took all that agenda away, and I said to him, I'll give him. I know what his talent is about. I'm just worried about his inconsistency. That goal, that one-on-one chance, that could have cost us that game. And it's them kind of moments where I think, come on, Rashford, mate, where's the composure? But you know what? He never does, mate. He never shies away, mate. He never shies away. You know what I mean? And that is what I love about Rashford. He never, no matter what, mate. He never
this is the difference. Yeah, difference between winners. I mean, this season, we've not seen Martial yet this season. We're nearly 2 months in, mate. You know what I mean? And everyone lets Martial get off with it. Rashford's same. When he's not playing bad, he still tries it. I'm not taking that away from Martial either. It's got to be even criticism across the team is what I'm trying to get at. I just feel like Rashford he's learning from his mistakes. That's how I see it now. I see him maturing more. I know what, mate? I said it and everyone laughed at me at the time. I said he could be the club's leading goal scorer by the time he finishes. So? I do. I said it, mate. I said it last season. People laughed at me. Ricky was one of them. Obviously he would, but we like a bit of a joke, me and Ricky. But I just see him maturing into a better player. I really do. And he's gone into that central role as well and flourished. So there's plenty up for grabs in this team, mate, at the moment. There really is, because there's players coming through and there's options on the bench. There's formation options now with the type of player we've got. And you know what? A few players all come into form, like I said, at the same time. It's really good to see in our team, because it's very rarely we get it. Mate. We're not relying on individual brilliance, because I think Bruno Fernandes, for me, was nowhere near. He wasn't in the top 5 players for our team performance against PSG. There was plenty of players ahead of him performance-wise, and that's what I want to see. We can't keep relying on Bruno and like Martial magic like we did the end of last season. You know, we've got to rely on these other players to come forward, and you know what? That's why I give my man of the match to Fred against PSG. Because you know what? I've given Fred plenty of stick. I didn't see it. I mean, me and you were doing it all last season, mate, on player ratings and stuff.
I put my hands up, mate. I put my hands up. I didn't see you playing Fred.
No, mate. I thought I was wondering where he was going to get into this team. I feared for him. I said it. I said it on a video way back. I said I fear for Fred because I don't know how he gets in. He needs to figure out his position. But Fred stood up for me on Wednesday night and was a class above. I didn't see that picture. I didn't see that game in him. And he was playing well last season for most of it, but he was just playing well. That performance against PSG was a different level altogether. He was. I've never seen composure like it. With that front three of Di Maria, Mbappe, and Neymar. I mean, mate, to be doing what he was doing, composure on the ball on the edge of your own box. I mean, come on, you've got to give the guy credit for that. And I did. I totally did it. I haven't got an agenda against any one player. I want them all to play well. I just say it as I see it. And when someone steps up to the plate, I'm going to start praising it. I'm going to talk about it because that's what happened. And you know what? There's a few of them who've done it. I'm just happy that the likes of Wan-Bissaka have come back and had a couple of games and got back. He took a lot of criticism. What does he say? Both of you lads made. With fan cam stuff. Like my missus loves your passion.
Yeah, man, I won't see the missus. Don't worry, man.
Second to none. Yeah, I love it, mate.
You know what I mean? You guys enjoy yourself. You know, I'm not here today. No one's missing, but yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. You know what I mean? But there's a comment before that said, mate, about us losing momentum. Mate. I think this is a big game for Ollie because I feel like PSG was almost like an unexpected win. And this game, for me, if Ollie were to lose this game, obviously we don't want him to lose, but if he were to lose this game, would this be the biggest setback of all for you? I think it would, mate. I think it would absolutely dampen us, mate, because we got to a roll. It's the same old United, isn't it? We go here, we get a result, back to square one. You know what I mean? Like when he said, square words compare, what did he say?
Round peg square holes, mate.
That's it, mate. You know what I mean?
That's my line, yeah.
That's your line, man. You know what I mean? Love to the slaughter. You know what I mean?
It is.
But, yeah, if we don't get a result tomorrow, what's your assessment on Man United?
Yo, I'm with you on that one, mate. I'm devastated if we don't tomorrow because I feel like we just hit that bit of momentum, and if we lose again, it would feel like it was just the way United have been over the last few years. We get all excited, and people are going on and saying, "Oh, you're all getting giddy. 2 games and everything's changed." It wasn't that. I seen 2 games that we deserve to win. That's what I seen. That was the difference. We weren't scraping by. We deserve to win the games. So I see that as a commanding performance and a good performance. So we can work that in to these next few games. If we get a win against Chelsea and Leipzig, then we're turning the corner, aren't we? You can't say we're not because top of that group, we're right in amongst it. I think we go ahead of Chelsea with a game in hand if we win tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
crazy when you think of
people were saying that Chelsea were looking at fighting for the title at the start, and you look at this. Look at what's happening this season, mate. United can win the league like anyone else this year because it is that mental, mate. Top 3 teams in the league. Look at what we conceded 6, City conceded 5, Liverpool conceded 7. This is not a normal season, mate. You said it the other week. Put your seatbelt on, and. You know what? It's buckle up, mate, because anything can happen this season. It really can. And you know what? United are in it as much as anyone else. If we can get a couple of wins, then you know what? We're in and amongst it. We just can't fall away and give ourselves a massive mountain to climb. I do think in the end it will be too much to ask, but you know what? We could be in amongst it for a bit.
Lampard's under pressure. Ollie's under pressure. It's a game of like two managers that are under pressure. Who's going to be the one that comes out of it? I think whoever wins this game has got almost like the bragging rights. Ollie's win is won 4 times against Lampard, is it?
Oh, and yeah.
Has to win one. You know what I mean? In the Premier League, are you worried that that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you know what I mean, will be looking to get one over instead of playing the occasion? Play the occasion, not the game. That's what they say, don't they? Or play the game, not the occasion. Sorry.
Yeah, play the game. Work out the strategy. That's what you've got to do. You've got to try and take emotion out of it if you can. And it's hard, especially after, I don't think it is as hard with no fans, to be honest, because that really does add to it. So I think that if you had an opportunity to really put your tactics across, take emotion out of the game, this is the perfect time to do it. All he needs a result at Old Trafford, mate, as well. Let's not forget that, because we ain't won since Bournemouth. And that seems like donkeys ago, man. That seems like we was in lockdown. That's how long it was. You know what I mean? And I just feel like the pressure is more on Ole than it is Lampard. I think everyone's expecting Lampard to gel these players instantly together. He's deluded. He's trying to figure out a new system with about 5 or 6 new players, and they're not always going to be brilliant. They're hit and miss, and we've seen that this season. United really should be at a stage now, Ollie, 2 years in, coming up. He should have some idea what he wants to do, because he has got quite a few players there, and we have got an alright team. There must be a way to make it work. Is he just finding it now? Time will tell, because you know what, these next few games, if he does win them, then we are looking up, but we could end up easily going straight back down, and none of us know which way it's going to go. We can't confidently say that we are going to carry this run on. We can't confidently say that the old Jelly Baby United is going to come back this weekend. But we are due a result. Chelsea are due a result. Both managers under pressure. Big name players who need big games. Who's got the best forward line? Who's got the weakest defence? Mate, there's loads of questions to be asked. And you know what? Here's one. Get Cavani on against Thiago. Old
Imagine
teammates. That'll be fun.
Old teammates, but he knows how he plays. He knows how he wants.
Yeah.
Ruffle him up, Cavani. Then you get that celebration, Al Matador. Listen, mate.
Yeah.
You know, Pelestri to come off the bench, get a goal. Listen, mate, it could all happen, mate. You know what I mean? It could all happen. Adam, let's get back to the best part of the show, predictions and team predictions. Let me hear your team first of all.
Right, okay, so he's going to stick with the 3 at the back, I think. I just think he's going to go De Gea in goal, he's going to have Shaw, he's going to have Axel, he's going to have Maguire, Bazaka and Telles, wing backs. I think he is going to stick with the 2 in the midfield, mate. I think he's going to go McTominay and Fred. I really do.
I think so. I think that was it. I think it will be, mate.
I really do think he's going with that. I actually think then he's going to play Mata with Bruno and Rashford in that front 3. I think we're going to be seeing Van der Beek and Pogba on the bench again. That's what I think.
You know what they say, don't fix what's not broken, but I'm not too sure, mate. I'm one of them, mate. You know what I mean? Does Lampard go for that game plan?
Look at it this way, mate. Chelsea's midfield is a lot better than what PSG's was. So how do you do it? How do you play it? You know what I mean? PSG would give anything to have Chelsea's midfield.
Last year, how did we play though? How did we play last year? We played a 4-3-3, didn't we?
We played a couple of different formations against Chelsea, didn't we? We've mixed it up with them, but I just think Ollie will be looking at it going, Chelsea's threat can be nullified if we play 3 at the back, because I think the wing backs don't get as far forward, and if they do try and attack us, we will just destroy them on the break. We will. Yeah. If Chelsea come at us, mate, if Chelsea do come at us, then we win the game. Simple as that.
We got a guest here. We have Elizabeth here for the final 10 minutes or so. She's giving a Chelsea verdict. Elizabeth, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks so much. Sorry, I was editing my preview video and I couldn't get the audio working. Great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really
audio problems. We all get them.
I'll tell you, man. It always happens. We're just saying, we've been talking about United a lot, you know what I mean, at the minute. Obviously, want to get your Chelsea verdict. How are you feeling about the game? Are you confident? Are you nervous?
I'm really nervous about the game because United always show up against us for some reason. Like, it's not like you guys are the most consistent team ever, and neither are we. But against us, you guys always show up, and you beat us 3 times last season, and then you just beat PSG in midweek. So I'm very nervous for the game. It's been super inconsistent. So
yeah, I think you know what? I've never been confident, mate. I've never ever been confident, Adam. And I just feel like, you know, with our yeah,
no one's confident.
I'm really confident.
No one.
Really
no one's confident.
Yeah, I don't know about Adam. You know, I won't speak on behalf of him, but what do you think Chelsea's threat will be? You know what I mean? Who do you think your guys will be that I think will hurt United?
So that's what I was thinking about, because I was trying to think of the formation, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we did something like a 3-4-3, but I'm guessing that we'll stick with our 4-2-3-1 formation that we had been playing. So I'm hoping that our front is Pulisic, Werner, Havertz, and Ziyech if he's fit enough to start a game, which could be a big if. But Pulisic has been playing on the right, and it's been absolute nonsense because he's not looked good, and he's like our best player.
What do you think is the reason why Lampard's not getting the best out of his players? He's got so many talent, and I'm just thinking like, what's going on? Like against Sevilla was very, very poor. Like, what's going on? Like, I just feel like you got a lot of players, very, very good players. It's just gelling at the minute.
Yeah, I think that it's going to take time because you have a lot of new players. We have Chua, Ziyech, Havertz, Werner, just off Silva off the top of my head. It's going to take time for those players to gel. And right now, I think what Lampard is doing is like overcompensating because, for example, I think that Timo Werner and Pulisic could occupy similar spaces. So he's like, instead of having them occupy the similar spaces and like interchanging fluidly, I'm just going to put Pulisic on the right and then have Mount play a little more inverted. And it's just like not making sense right now. So the team as a whole isn't looking good. Like we looked good for the 2 minutes that Pulisic was playing on the left. Then he went to the right. I don't get it. I put out a video on this. I was so mad.
Mason Mount as well, you know what I mean? I don't know why Mason Mount keeps playing. We always look at it thinking from a Chelsea point of view. Why do you think Adam is Lampard's getting him like keeps choosing Mason Mount? What is it with him? I don't know. What's he doing in training grounds? Is he getting the cones like Phil Jones used to?
Yeah, oh, mate, I don't mind Mason Mount as a player, to be honest. I think he's a good player. I just think Chelsea have got too many chefs in the same kitchen. They've got too many similar players, and you can't fit them all in. You really can't. He's got a lot of players there he needs to upset because they're unbalanced because of the similarities in the players that they've got. We've had this problem before. We've got Van der Beek and Pogba sat on the bench. Do you know what I mean? I forgot about Mount. I was talking about Jorginho. You got Kovacic. You've got Mount. You've got Pulisic. Havertz is there. There's so much talent in Chelsea's midfield. It's very similar to our situation. We've got jelly babies at the back, and we've got quality in midfield. We've got absolute quality in the forward play. One thing I am confident about, it's not who's going to win. It's the fact that there's going to be goals in this game this weekend. There really is, because I think the forward lines completely outweigh the quality in the defence, and it's just who scores more goals this weekend. I think that is what it will be.
Yeah, and Elizabeth, I think it'll be again the best of the worst defenders. You know what I mean? I don't think you're having a minute. You know what I mean? Are you hopeful Thiago Silva's back tomorrow? Yeah, I'm sure you just pray.
I think he is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Silva's going to be playing. So we looked more solid with him in the side. We looked more solid with Mendy in this side. Honestly, at this point, I hate saying it, but any person other than Kepa in goalkeeper would probably give more.
Yeah, I've heard that. So, I think when Thiago and Mendy have both played, they've only conceded one when they've played together.
Yeah.
So that says a lot. That says a lot, doesn't it? So I think if Kepa was playing, I would put my house on United winning. But
you just have to take a shot, and that's basically it, really.
Yeah, even Lampard admitted that. It says we don't concede many shots, but every time we concede a shot, we let a goal in. Mm-hmm. So I think Lampard knows. I think that's why he went out and got Mendy. That's a fact, I think. But yeah, I just feel like it's. I think with De Gea. we want Kepa. Giorgio. No, we do not want that player.
You're not getting him.
No, because we can't afford him. That's why.
You know, I think they're trying to say we want Kepa in net. That's what they're trying to say.
No,
oh yeah, right, okay.
Check in net before Kepa plays for Chelsea.
Wow, what is this so ridiculous? How's he come off? Where's he come off?
He's on Chelsea's what's it called? Like the list of all the players for the year.
Yeah, he's on the Premier League and Champions League squad, isn't he?
Yeah. Apparently, it was just in case something happens.
Wow. You know what? We're gonna do a little bit of a fun one. Obviously, you know, I mean, we'll try to do a combined 11 for yours, Elizabeth. We'll try and be as nice as. I'm not gonna get involved in this one. I'm gonna try and be the moderator in this one. Adam, you're gonna have to go with anything.
Bottle job.
No. I'm gonna be the moderator. I'm gonna be the moderator. Combined 11.
Combined 11. Wow.
Okay.
What
We'll do it on,
formation? What formation are we going
We're
for?
doing it on form, by the way. We're doing it on form. On form, yeah?
Okay.
Right. All right.
Okay.
Formation, mate. What formation are we hitting up?
We're going to go for 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. Wow. Oh, I'm lost already. The one thing I do know is the goalkeeper. I think that's a given.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think De Gea's that. I've put Henderson ahead of Chelsea's goalkeepers as well, to be honest. At the back, this is going to be fun. Right, Wan-Bissaka for me on the right.
Wan-Bissaka, he hasn't been like that good, has he?
I think on form recently he's been. I'm thinking he's the only one.
Definitely.
He's the only. Yeah, I think he's the only one out of both teams who can defend. The others are better going forward, I think. But I've got to put one decent defender in my team, so I'll go with Wan-Bissaka on the right. I'll let you have your turn.
But okay, so are we moving to centre back then?
Are you agreeing with Wan-Bissaka or are you going with someone else?
Wan-Bissaka. I'm just gonna read out some chat for you guys. Adam, Abba's back and Partey's best side of the season. Listen,
yeah, Zane, your timing's impeccable again, mate. It really is.
Impeccable, mate. You know what? Time is impeccable. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Go on.
No, I was going to say I think Aspie does a job and he's been in pretty good form. But
why don't we put Aspie in centre back? We can put Aspie in centre back if you want.
But he doesn't usually play as a centre back unless it's in a back three.
Yeah, we're not doing back threes today. Right, okay, let's get on to centre backs then.
Yeah, I'll go Silva. There's no debate.
I'm going to put Axel in then.
Who?
You didn't even watch the PSG game, did you?
You mean Maguire?
No. Axel Tuanzebe goes in for me. I just think guy's got it and now he's back. He's going to be a mainstay in this team for us. So I just feel like on form, you could easily put Maguire in there for one game, but he's been poor before that. Axel was playing well before he got injured. He's come back and carried on where he left off against the best strike force in probably world football against PSG and not looked out of place. So for me, that alone puts Axel in at centre back for me.
I don't really have a strong centre back preference for Chelsea, so I give it to you. But I think we need Ben Chilwell at left back.
Yeah, I can agree. We can agree on that one. You know what I mean? I think Alex Telles hasn't played, has he? So we're doing it on form.
I think Chilwell's probably been one of Chelsea's improvement signings, to be honest. I think he has been a position that they've definitely improved on. He's got off to a good start as well, to be honest.
Yeah, everybody was kind of not a lot of people weren't too happy about the signing. I was 50-50 about it, but he's been one of our best players. So
yeah, I think the Leicester fans were just taking the mick by saying they were glad he was going. So yeah.
I think he wasn't playing well for Leicester from January onwards because his head was turned by Chelsea, and at that point it can get really difficult for you to focus. And then Leicester as a whole weren't doing well, but he started really well for Chelsea. I think he is.
I think this is where the teams get really interesting now.
Yeah.
This is it, man. This is it.
I honestly, right, going off. I like Jorginho as a player, so I'm not going to be biased on this one. I do think Chelsea run through him. I think he's the one that starts everything off, and if he isn't playing well, Chelsea don't play well. From what I watch and what I see, I just feel like that is Chelsea. So I put him in as one of the holding midfielders.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I think as Chelsea fans, we're all really split, and we have the pivot combos of Conte, Kovacic, and Jorginho, two of the three, and none of them are really gelling or working that well.
It's a combo, isn't it? You got to find that combo with them, aren't you? Yeah. That's the thing.
They all have their strengths and weaknesses, but it seems that every game, no matter who plays, the pivot is really overrun, and it's easy to get past our midfield. But okay, I would put Jorginho in there, and then who would you want as the second pivot player?
On form, I'm gonna put Fred in there after the PSG game. I do think Fred, alongside someone of the industry of Jorginho. I think that would be quite a decent combo, that. Because I don't think any of the others have done enough to get past Fred at the moment. That's what I will say on that one.
What happened to Pogba? I didn't watch the game because I was watching the Chelsea game, obviously. But
Well, Pogba does. I've said this all along. Pogba, he's not a holding midfield player. He should not play there, so he's never going to get near my team.
yeah, why don't you play him more up front then? No.
Yeah. Well, we've been arguing this point. Yes. So yeah, it's been a gripe of a lot of United fans, especially mine, anyway. But yeah, Jorginho and Fred then, Zaid. That's the holding midfielders, mate.
Okay, then we're gonna go for the attacking option. Who's gonna get it? Is it Havertz or Bruno Fernandes?
No, Bruno's getting it, mate. You can't ignore them stats. Havertz is going to be good, but he's not got to Bruno's level yet, I don't think.
I can agree on that, but I will say for the reverse fixture, I'm counting on Havertz getting into that team.
We'll see. We'll see if he has the season Bruno's at then.
Yeah. Can he get the penalties up? Can he get penalties?
We're going to get it.
Inflating his stats, so we know that.
Bruno is... We're going to get... There's going to be a penalty in the game. There's a penalty in every game that United have played, so we're going to get a penalty. It doesn't matter who it goes to us or it goes to the opposition. I think we've had one nearly every game. We have this season, and I think it was pretty much for the last 4 or 5 games of last season as well, mate. It's crazy. So yeah, I think Bruno goes in the holding.
Guys,
definitely.
I'm saying to put Havertz in.
Zane is like, we got beaten by London's third best team 6-1. How are you going to handle London's second best team? Listen, we'll deal with it later on. You know what I mean? We'll deal with it one step at a time. You worry about Europa League. Don't worry, man. Don't worry about the big boys. You know what I mean? You worry about who you played in the Europa League.
You worry about Leicester.
You
worry about Leicester.
Exactly. So what we got there? We got Bruno there. So we're gonna have. Let's start with the left hand side. Who we getting on the left hand side?
Pulisic.
Yeah, because Martial's not playing, so I would. Oh, then you. Oh no, this is going to be tough. I'm not dropping Rashford, but someone has to play on the right as well. I understand the shout for Pulisic. I do like Pulisic because he is quality.
We can adjust position. So Elizabeth, you want your man Pooley. You know, you can just go to the right. You know, you can just slide to the right. You know, slide to the right.
Because the left is his best position, and he deserves the best.
Wow, deserves the best.
I would tell you what. I would play Rashford up top and play Pulisic on the left. Werner's gonna have to sit it out. He's not done enough yet this season. He had his 2 goals last game, but for a season he's still not there yet. I expect probably Werner would be in by 3/4 of the way through the season if the same conversation's up, because I know what this guy's got. He would probably be there. If we're going off form, he's done it for that 1 game, but I think that's because Lampard started playing him a bit more centrally where he should play him, rather than out wide where he has been playing. That's from games at the start of the season. He looks a bit frustrated, but yeah, I don't know who's going to play on the right, really, because we haven't had anyone who's been decent on the right.
Havertz, Diaz hasn't been fit, but he's also an incredible player. But Havertz,
Elizabeth's shoehorning players into positions now. She's round peg square rolling it, mate.
On the right.
Zane Massey said, "Hey, I just go back from a Tinder date, which was rubbish. This is better banter." You know what I mean? I feel sorry for your Tinder date, mate. You know what I mean? I feel sorry for her. You know
I was talking about Arsenal the whole game, the whole day.
I wonder if she ran out the door, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, quoting Arteta quotes.
Yeah. So what are we going with the front three then? What have we gone with?
I'm open to options for the right, because normally I'd probably play Greenwood there, but he's not done enough yet this season. Matt has had 1 good game.
We've got Ziyech, maybe. I don't know. Ziyech's not ready to play, though, is he?
There's a lot that I think, yeah. We've only had a few games in, haven't we? That's the problem.
Mount on the right. Someone say Mount on the right.
I think you got your answer there.
Why not? That was very representative of Chelsea right now, right?
Greenwood hasn't played well, though. Maybe we play Havertz on the right hand side then, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Havertz on the right then? Should we go with that?
Yes. 3, 2, 1. Right.
I
don't know.
Okay.
I ain't got...
Team, guys. So we've got David again in goal. We got Wan-Bissaka on the right hand side. We have Aspilicueta in the middle with did you say Aspilicueta or did you say
Silva and Axel.
Silva and Axel, Chilwell on the left. We have a midfield visit of Jorginho and Fred. Over the top, we have Bruno Fernandes. On the left-hand side, we have Pulisic.
I thought you were gonna say Marcus Alonso, and I was like,
Yeah, no, Marcus Alonso. Bloody hell. He's had more haircuts than he's had assists. You know what I mean? We've got Rashford up top, and we have Havertz in the right-hand side. Guys, we're going to get for the last part of the show. I want your predictions. We'll start with you, Elizabeth. Get me your scoreline, and maybe let's give us some goal scorers in there.
yeah, I think it's going to be big. I keep going between 2-2 or 3-3, but I think it's going to be pretty big scoreline. I don't see Chelsea getting the win. I would be really surprised with our recent form. And for goal scorers, I'm going to be optimistic and say Pulisic and Werner for us. And for you, Fernandes and I don't know, maybe Rashford.
Okay. I called it 2-2 as well. So, Adam, what are you going for, mate?
4-2 United, 2 for Werner, 2 for Bruno, 1 for Rashford, 1 for Pogba off the bench. Game over. Done.
Wow. Adam,
I've seen it in my head. I've just seen it in my head. No, to be honest, this is my 4th show talking about Chelsea, and I've stuck with the same scoreline every single time.
I'm gonna go for as well. I'm gonna go for Man United 4-2 as well. I really am.
Yeah,
I think we'll win the game.
Goals.
I'm not having this, man. We're winning the game.
You guys do realize Kepa is not going to be in goal, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Well,
make it harder then. Don't worry. We don't mean get the goals even more. Then you know what I mean.
as long as Zuma's playing, I'm all right.
4 penalties. No, 5 penalties, and he misses 1 because he's been missing them.
Yeah. Well, guys,
yeah.
That's been your match prediction, guys. It's been an eventful one. Guys, we're just going to go through your socials. Elizabeth, let us know where the people can find you.
Yeah, so my ad is Elizabeth with 4 H's because my last name and first name couldn't fit. So Elizabeth with 4 H's _28 on Twitter, and I post a ton of Chelsea content.
Yeah, and hopefully the content could be that Chelsea have lost. Tomorrow night, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just post a video of me drinking wine from the bottle of Wheelers.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Either way, we're all good. Either way, we're all good. You know what I mean? Adam, let us know your socials, mate.
Yeah, just catch me on YouTube at Mad Red United. All my socials are on the front of that page there as well, guys. And I've got a watch along tomorrow as well for the game with my son. So yeah, really looking forward to that. First time, because we usually do it on match days, but we're not getting there anymore. So I'm getting him out of his room, off his PlayStation to watch the football.
That's it. We're like a little father and son talk, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'll hopefully be shouting and screaming Man United, and you know what I mean, calling everyone every day with their son, because I love them too much. And then at the end of it, I'll be calm because we've won the game. And Man United will win, and we'll be back. But guys, that's been your match preview for the game against Chelsea. Guys, if you are watching this video, please like the video. Subscribe to United Central. We are road to 25k subscribers, guys. So please subscribe to United Central. Join if you want to become a member of the United Central family. Please join. Right at the bottom corner, it says join there. Join us, guys. Help support the channel. But guys, it's been a pleasure. Adam, Elizabeth, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming on. Guys, smash a like on the video, follow their socials, and we'll see you after the game where Man United and Chelsea could be going battle. The battle of the P teachers, eh? Take care, guys. Bye-bye. See you.